welcome to our Prison Podcast, the Bed Podcast. I can't. You want to
Yeah, it's your boys from Prism Smoke Shop. You got T-Man's, T-Sniper, Sniper T, Ben's T.
whatever you want to call
Whatever
me.
you want to call him. He goes
Exactly.
by all. And then it's your boy Dean, the
unspoken.
the unspoken one.
Exactly.
All right, and
Okay.
today we have some questions for us. We're gonna answer some questions.
Questions
that
that people have been trying to ask, and like
Mhm.
some of them may get personal, some of them may just be for fun and stuff like that. But some of them want to get to know us more. You know what I mean? 'Cause,
Yep,
You
yep.
know, we used to be here all the time, but not anymore because we're busy with the warehouse and stuff like that. So
Yes, sir.
Um,
Is that a little plug there, T?
maybe a Prism Wholesale. Check them out if you have any shops or stuff like that.
What do
Trying
we
to
sell
shop-
at Prism Wholesale?
We sell glass, CBD, Delta 8, vapes.
We don't sell Delta 8. We have HHC.
Okay, you could say that.
And we have tobacco vapes
Kratom,
and stuff
whatever
like
you
that.
whatever you want to start your own, like a small smoke shop, whatever.
Yep.
You know where to find us.
Yep. And the good thing is we've been in this industry for nearly close to a decade now.
Yeah, yep.
And so we know what items sell, what customers like, quality items, so we can recommend you stuff that is good, that does
yeah.
well, and also our pricing. And a lot of people say this: we have very competitive pricing. But we're not going to hear for
Okay,
that.
before we change the subject real quick, for our products we have in the warehouse, it's like usually products that we bring into the shops, test it out, see if they're good, and
Oh yeah. So one of the how we get products into the warehouse and the shop is we do a lot of tests.
yeah,
And we bring in samples and we test.
yeah.
test them
So
out.
we don't just bring in random products. We just bring them to see if they sell really good, and we just
Yeah. So
keep 'em.
basically saying we really test out the we don't just get any products. We
Mhm.
make sure we give them trial periods and order them in comfortable
exactly.
nice,
Yeah.
sample
So
sizes.
okay, that's enough for the warehouse. Now let's start to the let's
Wait,
start-
T, where'd you get these questions from?
So I posted them on Instagram. I posted them on Snap. I posted them all over, and I have some questions. We're gonna start. You want to start, D?
Oh, yeah, ask you.
Okay, let's start with the first one. I'm not gonna say the names. I'm just gonna say the question.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, the first question was asked. How was watching the growth of Prism developed from day one, and how has it changed you as a person and a businessman? Do you want to answer that one?
Oh yeah. So not many people know this. We had a soft opening, and for people that don't know, soft openings is when you open up but nobody knows you're open up. So we opened up on, I still remember it, November 1st, 2019, and I remember that was on my junior year of college, and we were balancing school and work, and our first week was horrible.
Oh,
It was
it was
horrendous.
it was like what,
Depressing.
$5?
The first day was like $4 we made total. People don't believe it. The first week was like $70. I still remember our first customer. It was a nice
Gentlemen, I
nice
remember
older
him.
gentleman.
Yeah.
He walked in, asked around, and then out of sympathy, he bought like a small like chillum.
Yeah.
And that was our first sale. Our first unofficial sale was while
Well,
we were setting it up.
Mm-hmm.
We had a couple come in. I remember it was late in the night.
It was at
We-
12 at night.
Yeah, literally. So we were setting up the shelves. We were putting the water pipes on and display, and then two couple come in and they said, "Hey, we noticed you guys had the lights on. We couldn't help and check it out." So we of course we don't say no to money.
Still
and
this day, you
and
say
we
no.
sold the item we sold them to was below MSRP. So we looked out because they were technically our first unofficial customers, and if the IRS is asking, they were my cousins. We sold to them.
can't say that.
Because we were before opening day.
Okay,
technically.
but did you answer the question though?
Oh, okay. Oh, how did it change?
How was it like watching you growth of Prism develop from day one, and how has it changed you as a person and a businessman? For me, okay,
there you go.
since you had your part, I'll ask mine. So for me, since I got into this industry, I didn't know about nothing about business, no taxes, no nothing But as soon as the Prism grew up, grew and stuff like that, I started to learn about taxes, finances, it made me as a better man. Like it made me more focus more towards the real world, because I was just we used to work in a family business. I don't know,
Yeah.
And we were just, work regular, come at 12, leave at 11. So we just be cash registers all day. But now, like, we learn how to pay the bills. We learn how to make orders. We learn how to, like, go to shows, events, and, like, actually talk to people about products and learning about the product, That's for me.
Yep. So same thing. Like basically, going in, we really were had very basic jobs working with the family business, and now since the Prism, we have like we were more involved. We understood the complex part of the business about, like T mentioned, the finances, taxes, all the paperwork, and having like knowing the knowledge of customer service and there's a lot of nuances we don't want to go through because they're boring. But basically, we just developed a lot as business men. It sounds I don't know. It sounds whack saying that, but as like just general people doing business, we just developed more essentially over time, and we still there's a lot we don't know.
We're still learning to this day.
Literally.
Like I just learned something new the other day, and I'm like,
we still have questions. We bombard our consultants or our guys, our team with like questions every week. Why is this done? How do we get this done? And then again, there's a lot to learn, but it did just make us a bit mature. That was such a general answer. We got mature.
I have another one too right here.
All right, so this guy, and I'll quote it. Hey, let's go. Let's get it. Talk about business, big dog, and startup. I'm currently starting an online car parts store right now. Any tips and shit you guys learned throughout the years, I'll gladly listen to and be beneficial for me and other savages like us. Hey, I see you, my boy.
Do you want me to answer that, or you want to? I'll take my part. You can take.
Of course. So, doing an online store, because we do have an online side of the business. It's there's a lot more technical stuff than we had thought, than just putting in products and getting posting it on a site, right? So they want you to go through a lot of, and I don't want to seem intimidating, but they're all simple. There's a lot of things, but they're all simple things, like having policies set up for the website, seeing like the regulations per state and stuff like that, and also the main thing I think for people it's just to start out. Fortunately, me and T, we were born into like a business that was just business oriented, and we were kind of just involved with it growing up. But for people that want to go into independent route, it's just starting out. And then for us, me and T, we base a lot of our success on just happening to be in the right time, being in the right place in the right time. And unfortunately, a lot of it there is hard work, of course.
There is,
but a lot of times it's literally being there in the right time and place. So it's like without having like, and I'm trying to be appreciative of like, being like everything's given by Allah, being given by God. It's maktub, it's written. But a lot of times it's unfortunately it's like just being in the right place and the right time, and that's not going to be a deterrent. There still has to be a lot of hard work, but starting out and just starting from anything from the beginning, or just beginning your new hobby or your business is, in my opinion, is the number one key.
Okay, so for me, I wanna.
Was that bad?
No.
Okay?
So for me, if somebody wants to start their own business, whatever, before you start into any field that you want to do, go to a job that like it's similar to or the same thing. Work there for months, a year, whatever. See how it operates, do everything. Then like when you're ready, you have the funds, the money, whatever, the time. Like what you want to do is you don't want to open it too big. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody has that much money to start a business with that much money, like unless you come from a very wealthy family. You know what I mean? But if you're just starting out let's say a line store, doing construction or lawn, whatever, you always want to start small. Like you're not gonna see progress as first, like when you expect it, like I'm gonna start my business in January, and you expect it to like boom that month. It's gonna take you at least 5-6 months, maybe a year, maybe a year and a half. It's like number one key is patience. You got to be patient with it. Yep. And you have to do you can't be lazy. You can't take the slow way out of it. You gotta be patient, work your butt off, and just keep grinding. When you grind, you keep working, you'll see progress. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And again, hard work is a lot of it, but sometimes if things don't work out and you don't see progress, at least incremental progress.
Yeah.
No matter if it's like 1 month, 6 months, like T mentioned. Like for us, we've been doing technically wholesale for over a year,
Yeah.
and we're still not profitable from it.
No.
But we're growing. Like we're scaling, and every month we're having more sales. We're putting in more products, but again, we're not seeing we're not being profitable yet. Everything that we make gets put back into the wholesale, and we're still waiting for it to fully flourish. We feel like we have potential there, but again, we're not. We understand that things, especially things at a larger scale, sometimes don't grow or as anticipated. But just bear with it, do your best, and make sure you go for even the smallest of improvements.
You know, like when people say like you need money to start your business, you can have like even $100, $200 to start up, but you got to be patient. You got to, it's most important thing. You gotta have the time and like the effort to put the work in. Like as soon as like let's say you make $10, and it's gonna take you a week to do. Just it takes time to build that over and like to double your money, whatever. But you gotta keep working, keep grinding, and everything will come.
And one thing, I know we're squeezing a lot of time out of this question, but
Yeah.
is sometimes a lot of people when they start out something, is they imitate businesses or different sections of another industry that or a specific company, and they imitate exactly what they do, right?
I see that a lot.
And that's important to learn the fundamentals, and I feel like that's necessary. But you do not maintain that and expect to maintain that.
Basically, you're saying have your
for
own
long
rhythm.
term. Yeah,
Have
exactly. Make it so where you're different in the better way, not in a sense where you just imitate what someone else is doing or the other company doing. If you're doing that, you're always playing catch up. You eventually eventually want to be different in a better way, not different in a maybe frugal way, or be different in a way where
You wanna be different.
you just look different, or as aesthetics, different in functionality, in productivity, and also like in the products or service you offer, different in a better way. So like for example, when me and T started, we were already well. I have already had experience. We've already had experience in the smoke shop scene before jumping into Prism, and we knew what shops offered. We knew the business very well, and we knew what was out there beyond just the Buffalo region. So we knew that what we could add to it, and what we added to it, a lot of shops now are implemented, but they didn't really introduce yet. So in that sense, we didn't just copy the current market. When we first opened up, we added
Our own
to
thing.
it. So we were one of the first shops to do that. Was both a vape and smoke shop.
Yeah.
Back then, when it first opened, it was either vape and smoke, and sometimes the ones that did both vape and smoke, they were very they did very bad with vape, preferably. But their performance, like their knowledge and the products and the inventory they carried was always a year, 2 years behind. And their knowledge on the products was always behind. But when we first opened up, we were one of the first to have done both really well. And then not only that, we brought in items and products that both head shops specialized in, and both smoke specialized that maybe we didn't get the newest stuff or the latest stuff. So essentially, that was our I guess main point when we first opened up. But it's same thing for anybody. Whatever service. Whatever.
Do it differently than everybody else do it.
Yeah, but do it in a better way, not
In a
just
better way,
differently,
yeah.
just so that you can be different, but different in a way where it promotes the growth of the business. It's so hard. It's so easy to say, but so hard to implement. That's where like deep thought and insight is kind of required in that.
All right, I think they were done with that question. So that was a long, whatever. But let's go to the next one. What's the hardest, most challenging part of owning a smoke shop?
Managing, and I hope my guys don't watch
The
this.
behind the scenes.
Managing
Behind the scenes.
staff. I've had that probably be the hardest thing, and I think a lot of business employers would probably share the same answer as me. It's
Mhm.
basically, or and then scaling also, like finding the right system or finding the right uh, like like basically just automizing things. It's not as easy as it may sound. Oh, I just found a pattern, but it's more difficult. But I'd say probably managing staff and the different personalities. That's something that, especially
That's basically
a,
every industry.
yeah, but especially for me and T as like because we're young, relatively young, and I'm just more. That's ageism when you only hire younger guys.
No, I hire for anybody that's like experienced in the field what they do. They could come and work. But for me, it's the behind the scenes, like the paperwork, the BS you gotta deal with, like basically like the paperwork
Really?
behind it. Yeah, and like I wouldn't say the product. The product is probably the easiest thing to do. Stocking and
No,
selling.
that I get deter people from getting into this industry. Oh, the products are insanely hard to get. No, I'm joking.
No,
I know what you were saying. Products, you can find products.
Yeah, but
finding
the thing
products
is like
at a
the
pre-
behind
good
the scenes,
price
like
is
people
hard.
don't get like the paperwork thing you have to deal with, like
Basically like
finance, like
the
finances.
day-to-day business
Yeah.
paperwork. The CEO were
Like for example, like I get a letter of insurance
yeah.
this the next week, and I get another one. I don't know which.
Oh yeah. I gotta talk about my insurance. My insurance company.
See what I mean? Like it's just
My business
the
insurance
BS
company
behind it for me. But like if you know how to regulate it,
my business insurance cut me off because they don't.
okay, we don't need to hear that.
Okay.
Okay, let's go to the next one. Oh wow.
Is that legal? Can I say that? No, I still have my business. It expires in like a month. Let me
Oh, this
just
has
say
to do
that.
with your shop. Somebody asked me about your shop,
Oh,
so
go ahead.
we're not gonna answer that.
No, answer. Come
No,
on.
they just said what happened because the other day you were.
Oh, chill
Yeah.
out, chill out. Nothing is wrong. Nothing has happened, and I only represent Prism.
Exactly. Okay, so this one is kind of long, but we'll try to. It's like three parts to it. Three parts to this question, Dean. What's the most rewarding part about owning a shop, owning and operating Prism, and what advice can you give a young entrepreneurs, businessmen, women looking to get their own personal business off the ground? I think we answered some of this question in the beginning.
We can keep it like very small, and then so we can move on.
Yeah.
But the most rewarding is just seeing the growth.
Yeah.
Like seeing the thing is, you don't realize the growth until you look back, and you can't really appreciate looking back if you don't track not just numbers, but you don't track the overall business. Like we have images of how the store was when we first opened up. We have videos of us tearing us apart. We have, of course, sheets,
Memory.
data sheets of of the daily reports and all that, and seeing the growth over time, and then seeing the number of people that you work with, and then the people who you do work with. So that's the most rewarding. Just looking back into
For
it.
me is
And looking, and looking
for
forward
me
to it.
when this one like when people tell me like, wow, you grew so much over the past years. Like I never expected you guys to be at this level.
I did. God did. I did.
No, I really love when
told
people-
T. T knows what I said before.
You didn't say nothing. Don't let them
I
lie
was
to you
saying- I
guys.
was
Don't let
saying-
them lie to you.
I
Okay.
was ta- I was,
So what advice would you give somebody, a young entrepreneur, like a young businesswoman or a man?
Oh, you're not gonna like my answer, T.
It's your own opinion.
Okay,
I'm not gonna say.
I'm just saying.
I might disagree, but I don't care.
Okay, but my answer is not very popular. But basically, I think that in reality, business and having success, and it depends on your definition of success, whether it's being financially stable or being financially independent at a younger age. It's that literally success, I think, is just being in the right area, in the right time, in the right place. So it's like for us, we were just very fortunate that we got into it before everyone else did. And we wouldn't have done that without some crazy scenarios happening. And I know me and T, like we I'm not trying to downplay the amount of work we did, because we did put a lot of work. But unfortunately, like to have some success is you just have to be in the right time, in the right area, by just like literally the story of how we even found this place was crazy.
That's another time for us.
I can't share that story.
It's gonna be long.
Okay.
No, that's for something else. They're just asking for advice. So.
Okay, but basically, maktub.
English, please.
It's like there's a saying said when we say maktub, it's like it's already written.
Yeah.
It's written by Yeah, there's already what's the word?
What's the word?
There's a
Written.
word for it. Really, but
Manifest.
There's like a more
Destiny.
modern name for it. No, not
Man-
destiny. It's free will.
Free will.
They're like they believe there's no
Okay, you would.
okay, but basically saying like if
the
God
point.
wants to give it to you, He'll show you the way. If it's not meant to be, there's a reason for that. But and on the end of the day, to in order to define your success it's like 20% hard work, 80% just happen to be in the right time and area.
Like I said, for me, you just gotta work hard. Like whatever you want to do, work hard for.
Yeah.
Like, and you know,
So he has like the almost opposite.
no,
80% hard work, 20%.
I'm just saying, like, you have to have like and you have to believe in yourself too.
And T knows this. I'm not the hardest worker.
Very, yeah.
I work.
You're more like on like a books, not book. I'm not gonna say like more like
creativity.
yeah.
So it's like I don't work as much as T, and
but there's a lot of work there.
But the work I do is very compact. Like I work at minimum 50 hours a week. T works like
now before we used to do like 80.
we used to do 80.
80.
It was school. It would be crazy. But we used to work like in the first year or two. It used to be 80 hours. T still puts a lot of work because he can't. That's just naturally how he is growing up. He's always been like.
Hardest
he
working man you'll
distract-
see is me.
He's used to distract himself with work.
For
But
real.
but he works minimum 60 hours. I work minimum 50 hours a week, and but the work I do it varies because I try to get work that's productive. Like I don't.
And now when we say that too, I'm just gonna cut you off.
Yeah.
We're all into like we're all grown men now. We got family to take care of and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So you know what I mean. So that's one of the things too.
Yep,
Like you
yep.
got family to take care of. Now you're mature. You gotta pay bills. You
Yes,
gotta
sir.
take care.
And
of
I don't want people to say like we don't work hard and that 50 hours is considered light for business.
But
stuff.
we cut them. We cut it a little bit because like since like 6 months ago we used to do over like
Yeah.
60, 70 hours a week. But
Yep,
like
yep,
we
yep.
since now we have like our system going and stuff. Everything it's
Yeah,
settled down and we know what we have to do and
Yep.
stuff like that.
And a quote I really like to share that I think about a lot is
Quote time. Let's go.
it's not a quote but it's a saying. It's like
You got me happy.
you work for your business. You don't work with the business. No, I'm trying to reword it right. Yeah, let the business work for you. Don't work for the business. That's what it is. So that's saying like don't spend so much time like doing like tedious, trivial tasks that might just elevate it may look like a shelf. You don't waste like an hour setting up a shelf, making it look nice and
Yep.
organize it. But think of a way where create a format on how the shelf should be maintained and have someone maintain it, if that makes sense. So like create the formula, don't do the performance. And that's what we mean by that's why my work has reduced substantially because my job is how to make the business basically more productive and more I guess more profitable. Yeah. So like let the business work for you. Don't work for the business. And I notice a lot of people they literally waste like maybe 20 hours a week just doing tasks that they can help that could have they automized or they could have helped make figure out a way to be less involved. Yes,
Check it
Say
out.
proud.
That's So the only reason, did anyone answer the question? The only reason why people ask us why you only have 2 shops.
Oh, okay. I'll be for. So we come. There's multiple answers to that. I think I'm gonna give you the long answer. You're not gonna like it.
Okay, can you
'Cause
like
it's
shorten it down?
It's never simple.
Can you short like
I'll make it.
shorten-
Okay,
because
so
we have to wrap this up.
We have so me and T we basically run the prison, but we also are technically under the influence of our father, Pops. I like to call him, and he's imposing on our decisions, even though he retired 2-3 years ago now. Has it been? But he's very passive when it comes to
Business.
business. He does not. He doesn't want. He does not like high risk, ventures. So with us, when we do business, we do make sure that we have. It's not like
Just
we
open
lose
up.
all. We're not
Yeah.
gonna. There's no chance of us failing. And if we do fail, it's not like a dramatic fail where it affects all aspects of the business. So with that in sense, even though we've been for doing it for a while, our older brother Ali is a bit opposite. He's going on to his 7th Oasis. We're going into our
I think 2 is enough for us, or 3.
we're going to our 3rd one, and East Amherst, opening up in 2 to 3 months from now. But not only that, we also have the warehouse.
Warehouse is like it takes most of our time.
Yeah, warehouse is very time consuming. So technically, that's why we haven't been progressing. Well, it's still good progress.
That's what I'm saying. I think the
that's
more
still-
you have, the more headache you're gonna deal with.
so-
That's the thing.
so-
2 is like perfect. 3 is
Not,
perfect.
not only that, like with the business ventures we do, we do make sure to give it our time.
Yeah.
And if we don't give it our time and be slow and steady about it,
Yep.
and be sure, it's not gonna do as well. Like for example, even though we only have like technically 3 business ventures compared to somebody else who might have close to a dozen,
Yeah.
or maybe who's been doing it for longer, right? Like when you look at revenue from compared to like 3 or 4 compared to like somebody else's 6, and
There's no difference.
like our revenue is very healthy, and we can move at this rate because we do it if we
The
do something,
proper way.
we do it well. Like we try to
Proper
do
way,
it well. We're not in a where we
In a
go
rush.
over quantity. Quality over quantity. That coupled with our we like to move things passive, be very sure, and then also like again, the most time consuming for us right now for the past 6 months and for the next 6 months to a year is the warehouse.
Warehouse is the number one thing for us. Whenever we're
Yep.
trying to-
So and warehouse is basically we just distribute to regional shops, local shops, and then now we're setting it up where we can begin distributing to out of state
Yep.
and stuff like that. And we again, because of our experience at the retail, we have good connections with the manufacturers.
Yep.
We have history with them. We know what sells and we know why it sells and which certain demographics.
We don't just bring any random product
Yeah,
just in case. Yeah.
certain demographics, which and then we offer advice. So like where the shop is located, what products would do well. We understand the demographic on and which which products might be more interesting to certain people and certain ages. So we're familiar in that aspect for the warehouse. I'm giving a long ass answer.
You are. That's what I'm telling you.
But hold on. Basically, the gallery. Be patient. We pump up artists. We give off good artists that come in, like the
Yeah.
next drop, Nib Glass.
And we have the website.
February 1st. Literally, I'm looking at the products, and these we've been waiting for nearly a year for to come in, and they are fire.
You want to show them a sample real quick?
Oh yeah, bring us a sample. So the Gas Gallery, and also Aaron B is coming back on 420. He's gonna be.
one of the
He's
pieces.
preparing a batch. He's been preparing a batch for a 420 drop. So that's gonna be exciting. And you can leave that dip in there, like a little snippet of that. And he made us. Nib Glass made us a lot of these Puffco tops.
We have the recyclers.
And we made us his recyclers, his oh man, he's gonna. I hope I'd have to find the name. But unfortunately, I haven't been involved. Danny has been overlooking.
The man, Danny.
Yep, Danny man. He's been overlooking nearly all aspects of the gallery side. So he'll offer better information on the products coming up. But basically, the gallery, we have plans for it. We're gonna introduce a drop coming in for Nib Glass, and then also Aaron B is coming in to host another show on 420. We're also going to be introducing not just Heady Glass on the website very soon. We're going to start introducing general smoke shop merchandise. Yep, yes sir. And then also the warehouse. This is again, this is not the right audience for it, but for that one person that would like to start a smoke shop, talk to T. Or contact us through the
Instagram.
and be like, hey, I'm interested in the shop. Let me know what I can do to help set it up, and then we can help guide you throughout that path.
I could definitely help somebody if they try to reach me. Like, how do I start it? They need help starting it.
Yep. And then also for the gallery, my bad to cut you off there. I just noticed that.
Put it down the other way.
Yep. And then for the gallery, again, you're gonna have glass coming in. We're always that side of the business. We're always gonna have our hands on. Particularly, Danny is gonna be leading that aspect of it, and everything else. Other than that, I do plan on opening an oyster shop coming up.
Dude, yo, he's been
2024.
bugging me with this oyster shop, bro, all day. Like, what do you want to sell?
Saying, who does oysters in Buffalo?
Okay,
I'm just joking, by the way. I'm just joking.
Oh,
I
so-
say
no,
that-
you've been saying that all week. I, think it's
I'm trying to manifest it. All right, but
Whatever.
other than that, it's like we try to stay within the industry. And I know one question I can already imagine: are you guys gonna sell cannabis? Are you guys gonna get your cannabis
that's up to the
license?
next state.
That's God knows. No, I'm joking. But basically, only time will tell.
Yeah.
I don't have any
You can't
solid
answer
answers.
any questions for that because
'cause
we
we're
don't know
not
the
too
answer
concerned.
to it exactly.
Yep.
So what?
All right. Please only get like good answers. We got Danny. Because
if you guys
we only
have any
had,
questions-
like, out of 30 minutes, I think we only had like a good 2 minutes total.
Okay,
Not
whatever.
even.
I think we had about 20 minutes. So if you guys have any more questions and stuff like this, comment below. Ask us on Instagram. What else? Instagram.
We got to interview more personalities. Like I really want to get the demand guy here or the hide guy here.
Okay, we'll make it happen then.
All right, you're gonna be mad at okay? He's gonna.
You know what you gotta tell him? I'll make a big order from you.
You think so? No, he
That's
can care
fine.
less, bro. We're like this guy is big time now. Well, not to say that he's for like.
Who's watching this?
No. Let me rephrase that. I don't think he will. He's a very busy individual.
Very busy individual.
So we're gonna.
Don't-
Actually, I'm gonna
you
ask.
have me. That's enough.
I'm gonna ask his
I'm-
brother.
Okay. Who?
His
His
brother.
brother. Okay, I'll ask his
I'm his brother, but that's bad. Hey, can I get your brother in an interview? Well, we'll reach out to the company. We'll reach out. Hey, anyway.
And if you guys have somebody in in mind, like you guys want on the podcast, feel free
I would
to
love
drop.
Aaron. I'd like Aaron
drop
to be here too.
Aaron. Yeah, we gotta like hopefully on 420.
Yeah.
I said something. I'm not supposed
Aaron,
to say.
Aaron, no, he needs to know beforehand. I've been,
Yeah, but you
because we
can't-
just started this podcast literally a few months ago, and this is after he visited. But I'd love to have
What
him.
if we get like what are we trying to aim by this year with this podcast?
A high reach
I mean, like
is hide. I think Aaron.
no, like as in like
can-
followers wise, as in like
Oh,
audience.
I mean,
Over 1,000 followers this year.
yeah, but that's
Is that too
that's
much or
small,
too
bro.
less?
I really, I was hoping to go at a rate where we would get like 100 a month. That's 1,200 a year. I don't know. Again, I haven't looked at the analytics. It's been a while.
But we got okay, yeah. So if
But-
you guys want to share it and share it with your friends and share it
Again, you're probably gonna cut 90% of this anyway.
don't
I'm
care.
already cringing just like trying to recall what we have said and the stuff we've said it, and we're not very we weren't very like
okay, yeah,
decisive.
it's okay. It's our second video ever, so we're learning. Like we're gonna watch this, the first one and the second one, see what we did wrong, and we could.
I mean,
always-
I feel like has it been the same since the last one?
And well, you didn't do your outro, bro.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. Okay.
I'm professional. You see this? Like and he watches too many podcasts.
All right. So thank you guys for tuning in.
And stay tuned for more updates. Hopefully, we're not gonna be like the last one updating it late, but we're gonna try to update them
consistently.
consistently. Like probably like
Yep.
every week,
have
whatever.
Have
Not
a
even-
wonderful day, night, afternoon. Thank you
And-
guys for hearing what we have said. And again, big thanks to Danny for
Dan the man. I
for
call him Dan the
yep,
man.
for bearing this mess.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys. Have a nice one.